TV hosts, Hall of Famers, and even family. Aaron Rodgers may be one of the greatest quarterbacks to ever play the game, but that doesn't mean that everyone has to like him. Rodgers owes much of his football career to the Green Bay Packers, which drafted him back in 2005, and yet the future Hall of Famers spent much of 2021 criticizing them. In April of that year, Rodgers made it clear he didn't want to keep playing for the Packers. That lack of grace spurred Terry Bradshaw to blast Rodgers during a May appearance on WFAN's Moose and Maggie show. Bradshaw told the hosts, "With him being that upset shows me just how weak he is. Go ahead and retire. See you later." It wasn't the first time Bradshaw openly criticized Rodgers. In 2021, when Rodgers was asked if he had received a COVID-19 vaccine, he told reporters that he'd been immunized. However, he wasn't actually vaccinated and eventually became sick that November. In the aftermath, Bradshaw proclaimed that Rodgers lied to everyone during an NFL on Fox appearance.
I'm extremely disappointed in the actions of Aaron Rodgers.
Aaron Rodgers has been trading barbs with Jimmy Kimmel for years. It started in 2021 when the late-night host first criticized Rodgers for trying to conceal his COVID-19 vaccination status. He again roasted the sports pro in 2023 after Rodgers told Pat McAfee that the media was only talking about UFOs to distract from the release of Jeffrey Epstein's alleged client list. Kimmel quipped on his show,
"Might be time to revisit that concussion protocol, Aaron."
Things came to a head in January 2024 when Rodgers told McAfee that Kimmel's name would appear on Epstein's list. Kimmel fired back on X, slamming Rodgers for putting his family in danger with his reckless words. Kimmel also addressed the controversy on his show, saying,
"Aaron Rodgers is too arrogant to know how ignorant he is."
The Green Bay Packers have a long rivalry with the Chicago Bears that dates back to the 1920s. So when Rodgers celebrated an October 2021 touchdown against the Bears by shouting, "I still own you," Bears Hall of Famer Dick Butkus made his displeasure known. He said on Unfiltered with David Kaplan, "If I were on the field during the game, well, I couldn't do it today. I'd probably get arrested. We'll see who owns who." Butkus is no stranger to ribbing Rodgers. In August of 2022, he used X to criticize Rodgers' gameplay, writing, "Boy, I hope Aaron Rodgers has figured out how to throw passes to himself, because if not, Packers games are going to look a whole lot like playing fetch with my dog." Rob Gronkowski may be one of the greatest tight ends to ever have played in the NFL, but he's also very humble. So when Pat McAfee asked Rodgers if he'd consider playing in the NFL for a 19th season, Gronk was annoyed when the star QB launched into a slew of self-praises, such as,
"Do I still think I can play? Of course. Of course. Can I play at a high level? Yeah. The highest. I think I can win MVP again."
During an appearance on Up and Adams the following day, Gronkowski said Rodgers should have focused on a potential team victory rather than only talking about himself. He told the host,
"Bro, like, why are you thinking MVP? Like, don't you want Super Bowls?"
Rodgers joined the New York Jets in 2023. However, he tore his Achilles in his debut game and missed the rest of the season. Despite his absence, Rodgers reportedly butted heads with Jets head coach Robert Saleh. So when Saleh was abruptly fired in October 2024, former tight end Shannon Sharpe blamed Rodgers. He said on First Take,
"Aaron Rodgers undercut this man by not coming to mandatory minicamp. That bad man has become more problems than he's worth."
While Sharpe did admit that Rodgers had talent on the field, he told GBP Daly, "He's a horrible person. He's a liar. He's arrogant. He's aloof." Former New York Jets head coach Eric Mangini also took issue with how Rodgers treated Saleh. In July 2024, Saleh told reporters his instinct was not to play Rodgers in the preseason following the quarterback's injury. But rather than respecting that decision, Rodgers said he wasn't aware of Saleh's plan. Mangini saw that as a total lack of respect, telling First Things First,
"I don't know why he has to go out of his way to embarrass Saleh."
Similarly, host Nick Wright took Rodgers to task for repeatedly teasing a comeback in 2023, which never happened. He fumed,
"You're now disingenuous about your own comeback, which you were disingenuous about the entire time."
In June 2024, Rodgers made headlines yet again when he failed to show up to the New York Jets mandatory minicamp. Rodgers reportedly had an event to attend and was fined tens of thousands of dollars for missing all 3 days. One person who was upset about Rodgers' absence was Super Bowl champion Shaun King, who said on the Go Long podcast,
"He's become one of the most selfish and self-centered quarterbacks of my generation."
He also criticized Rodgers for not considering the fact that he was leaving his coach and team in a lurch, saying,
"Like, you don't think like these guys need those reps?" It just was selfish of him because he's known when this date was.
Back in 2016, Rodgers' youngest brother, Jordan, competed on JoJo Fletcher's season of The Bachelorette. During his time on the show, Jordan revealed that the NFL star hadn't spoken to him or their parents since 2014. Aaron didn't deny the accusations, but did say he thought it was inappropriate for Jordan to air their dirty laundry on live TV. Jump to 2018, and the brothers' relationship had seemingly become even more hostile. When Aaron tweeted his plans to donate $1 million to help those who were displaced by the wildfire in Paradise, California, Jordan slammed his brother in a since-deleted X post, writing, "When your own mom is home alone during the fires, car packed, ready to evacuate, and you miss the fundamental first step of compassion, calling your parents to make sure they are safe, everything else just feels like an act."